Mama Emeka was a troublesome woman and a force to be reckoned with. Her sharp tongue and quick temper struck fear into the hearts of the market women. She was infamous for picking fights with anyone who crossed her path, and her reputation preceded her. She was often referred to as Atarodo, a nickname that aptly described her ability to add unnecessary spice to every situation. Her son, Emeka, was a chip of the old block. Even as a young boy, he was troublesome, always getting into fights and causing mischief. His behavior became increasingly erratic. He developed a taste for theft, stealing from his classmates and even from his mother's pot. The villagers were fed up with Mama Emeka and her son. They would complain to the authorities, but nothing seemed to change. This went on for so many years. Emeka was arrested multiple times, but he always managed to talk his way out of trouble. One day, Emeka stole a goat from a neighboring farm, leaving the farmer, a kind old man, devastated. The farmer begged Emeka to return his goats, but Emeka just laughed and ran away. The farmer reported the incident to the police, but Emeka was never caught. Another time, Emeka broke into the local shop and stole a bag of rice. The shop owner, an old woman, was furious. She chased Emeka through the streets, but he was too fast. She eventually gave up and reported the incident to the police. Despite his many misdeeds, Emeka's mother never disciplined him. She would always support him no matter what he did. The villagers were amazed by her behavior. How can she just sit back and watch her son ruin his life? They would ask. But they could not confront Mama Emeka. The villagers were in the process of building a borehole for the whole community. They had dug a very deep hole, used iron sheets to cover the hole for safety. But Emeka, in his usual pattern, snuck out at night and stole the sheets. He attempted to sell them at the local markets, but the villagers caught up with him and chased him. While running, he fell into the hole and broke his leg, the same hole that he had left open due to his actions. Emeka screamed in agony, but the villagers who gathered at the scene refused to help him. His mom, Mama Emeka, begged and pleaded with them, but they just ignored her. Emeka also promised to change his ways, but no one believed him. The villagers were relieved that Emeka was finally getting what he deserved. They left him in the hole, exposed to the rain and sun. Mama Emeka would trek for hours every day to take food to her son, but after a while, she fell ill and couldn't visit anymore. Emeka was left to suffer with no food or water. He fell sick and eventually died in the hole, a tragic end to a life of crime. The villagers buried him in the same hole where he met his demise. Mama Emeka's life was a stark reminder of the consequences of one's actions. She lay bedridden, a frail body a testament of the weight of her regrets. Kind neighbors would attend to her needs, but despite their care, Mama Emeka's eyes would often well up with tears as she reflected on the choices she had made. The villagers would whisper warnings to their children, pointing to Mama Emeka's tragic fate as a cautionary tale. "Don't end up like Emeka," they would say, their voices laced with a mix of sympathy and warning, as they urged their children to make better choices and avoid a similar path.